Hey everybody, it's me, Steve SCHNEE, the CD Junkie. On this episode of CD Junkie, I'm going to be talking about something that maybe might come off as a little bit egotistical, but it's really not meant that way. This is really a response to somebody who requested this. I haven't done it in a while. It's a video that's a year or 2 years in the past, and it's basically I'm going to go through the CDs that I've written liner notes for. But before I go over that, in my intro to the vinyl community, I failed to mention that I wrote liner notes, and I also failed to mention about the great POPsided fanzine that my friend Jim Rowe and I were co-editors of. I wrote a good chunk of it. Jim wrote some of it. We had other writers come in, some of our friends who are still our friends to this day. We were putting this together in the late 90s, and it focused on power pop and just, melodic rock and stuff. This issue here features our friends, the Wondermints, right there. And of course, a few of the members went on to join Brian Wilson's band, which is quite exciting because they are really talented guys. We had a total of, I think, like 9 issues or something, and it was really a whole lot of fun. This was obviously before being able to make videos and talk about music. This is our way to do it. We wrote about it, so we actually had ads in there and articles and interviews and all that stuff. So it was really a whole lot of fun while that lasted. Not many people remember it, but when they do, they remember it. So let's go through my liner notes. The odd thing about this is everybody knows that I'm a fan of like power pop, new wave, punk, 60s rock, pop, sunshine pop. But what a lot of people don't realize is that I'm also a fan of R&B, soul, funk, disco. To me, it doesn't matter what genre, just as long as I like the music or I like the songs or they got great melodies. So the first 30 titles are essentially R&B, soul, disco, and they may surprise you, but I'm not going to really focus on them too much. I'm just going to show you the artists. I'm not going to open the booklets or whatever. Most of these were released on the BBR label through Cherry Red, which is a UK label. And there's Aura, A Little Love. And I'm going to go through alphabetically, by the way. A 2-CD BT Express Best of. Baker, Harris, and Young. Kato Bell, who was a Scottish band. Chakachas, a 2-CD Delegation compilation. 2 titles by Divine. 5,000 Volts. You got to go on YouTube and check out their song I'm on Fire with Tina Charles on vocals. Carolyn Franklin, who was Aretha Franklin's sister. Jesse Green. Dan Hartman. Leon Haywood. GQ. 2 albums by Cissy Houston, which is Whitney Houston's mom. Lolita Holloway. Patrick Hernandez, Born to Be Alive. The Jazz Crusaders. Dick Jensen, self-titled. This is one of my favorites. This smooth, wonderful, soulful vocalist from Hawaii on the Philly International label, and it is just amazing. Carmen McRae, the Walter Murphy Band. Yeah, the one with a Fifth of Beethoven on it, because that's the name of the album. Monk Montgomery, Bobby O. 3 titles by Salsoul Orchestra. Charo with Salsoul Orchestra. She says coochie coochie, I say hubba hubba. Silver Convention. The Sweat Band, which is Bootsy Collins. Viola Wills. The Weather Girls, yeah, the one with It's Raining Men. And a compilation of high-energy pop off of the O Records label, which was a label started by Bobby O. And these are some of the tracks that are featured on there. Now, outside of the funk, soul, disco, and high energy, I've also done some pop and rock and new wave liner notes. One of them I can't find, which is always the case when I want to gather together my liner notes and file them away somewhere. Both releases by It's Karma, It's Cool, which is a great modern guitar pop band that you should really check out. The Superfecta Records reissue of the second Flock of Seagulls album called Listen. Like I said, this is the Superfecta version, the first official CD reissue of this with bonus tracks. Now, this has been reissued by Cherry Red Records, but this Superfecta one is the only one that features my liner notes. Also for the same label, I did the Sidekicks album by Thompson Twins. This is not the Superfecta. This is the Edsel version, but I just wanted to show you what the cover looked like. I just don't happen to own a copy of CD that I did the liner notes for. And then finally, the 2 CDs but people who know me know that I did the liner notes for, and that would be the Shoes compilation on Real Gone Music. I did the liner notes for this and helped pick the track list with the band. And finally, the 2 2020 albums on one CD. I suggested the label do this. They tracked down the 2 albums, added the 2 bonus tracks that I had said that existed, and here it is. I did the liner notes as well, and it is currently out of print, but I certainly hope this is a title that the label does consider repressing in the future, because every household in America needs this, especially this year. I mean, not because of the band name, it's because the joy it brings people when they listen to it, but maybe the band name as well. Anyway, that's it. But let's be honest, this isn't really about me going, ha ha ha, look what I did. It's more me going, I can't believe that somebody let me do this. Because, you know, when you're a 15, 16-year-old sitting under your headphones, listening to all this great music, and, you know, you never think that in 30, 40 years that you're going to be interviewing people for liner notes, or you're going to be doing interviews with them on YouTube or on the phone, or you're going to be meeting these people. And so I'm very blessed, very lucky. Anyway, that's it. I really appreciate you sitting there and allowing me to go through these CDs. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that bell for future notifications. And until the next time, remember me. I'm Steve SCHNEE, the CD Junkie.